This is Sarah Van Shagen here with Todd Dwyer on the ReGeneration Roadtrip. You can find coverage on regeneration.org and grist.org. We're here in the South Bronx in New York, and I'm standing here with Carlos, Omar, and Gloria. We're inside the warehouse of Rebuilder Source, which is a green business created by the Green Worker Cooperative, which was founded by Omar. Tell us a little bit about the mission of your organization.
Well, the mission of Green Worker Cooperatives is to fill the South Bronx with worker-owned businesses that are all green, that can contribute to the community and to basically create a green and a democratic economy here in the South Bronx.
And you're focused on environmental businesses, and so this is your first business that you've created.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we saw that there was a problem in the community, and the problem that exists here is that this has been a dumping ground for decades, and so whenever there's waste, it winds up coming to the South Bronx and other places like the South Bronx, and we wanted to create an alternative to that. So that's where the idea for Rebuilder Source came from, to create an alternative to the landfills, to the incinerators, to create something that is actually going to be about saving material and keeping it in circulation.
And so Carlos and Gloria, you guys are two of the four owners of Rebuilder Source, and you guys just had your grand opening this spring. What's it been like since then, starting up this business?
Well, it's been quite a learning experience for us because, you know, we did have a business plan and all, but one thing is having it on paper, one thing is actually doing it yourself. So every day, every week that goes by, there's something we learn about the business and how to do things better and how to perfect the business plan, not just for us, but for other cooperatives to come in the future, because we hope to make this the sort of prototype workers cooperative of this type.
And so what got you interested in being part of this program?
Well, the fact that we could take products and items that are still usable and in good condition and put them back into the market stream instead of having them go to overfilled landfills or being incinerated with toxic fumes going into our environment, because here in the Bronx we are familiar with toxic fumes because we're asthma capital of America, just about.
Yeah, we had the highest degree of asthma and allergy cases. And also by doing this, we keep hundreds, if not thousands, of trucks out of the streets, out of the box, highways and pathways in this area. Because for every liter of gasoline, you're producing like 29 pounds of fumes. And if you multiply that and do the math, it's just a staggering number. It's very scary. It's a scary reality that people should take closer notice.
But in addition to helping with the health effects and keeping the stuff out of the landfill, it actually saves people money, right?
Yes, it does, especially people in our community of low income. And we do have homeowners that are on a fixed income, like seniors, and homeowners that are barely making it. And they can come and get beautiful items to put in to upgrade their homes at a deep discount.
And so, Omar, do you feel like this model where, I believe you called it a business incubator,
Right.
You're creating these green cooperatives here in the South Bronx, is this a model that can be replicated in other areas?
Oh yeah, anywhere. We've gotten calls and requests from people throughout the country, you know, in every region of the country, wherever there's a community that is low income, that has been a dumping ground for other kinds of things that no one else wants, or just in general, you know, people who want to create jobs. We feel that what we're creating here, these are green jobs, green collar jobs. They're jobs that are accessible, and it's a matter of pushing it even further and making them worker-owned. You know, these are businesses that are owned by the people who work here. That's something that can be transferred pretty much anywhere.
So what's the craziest thing you guys have gotten here that's been salvaged from an old building? Anything out of the ordinary?
2,000 gallons of paint
Wow.
Yeah, that was destined, of course, for a landfill, but the paint and hardware business had been serviced by someone that used to come by every couple of years and pick up the paint that they could no longer sell. And for like 4 years, this guy didn't come by, and they were desperate to get rid of a lot of paint. And Julie and myself went over to, it was in New Jersey, but wasn't very far from here. And they were looking at us kind of funny when two females rolled up in a truck to load 2,000 gallons of paint. But by the time of day's end, they were congratulating us and giving us compliments because they didn't think two females would work so hard. As a matter of fact, they said that we worked their guys.
Nice. So, are those still here in the warehouse, or did you
The
sell
paint?
those off? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not all of it is still here.